Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you about computer memory. So let me start. Computer memory. In computing, memory refers to a device that is used to store information for immediate use in a computer or related computer hardware device. It typically refers to semiconductor memory, specifically metal oxide semiconductor memory, where data is stored within MOS memory cells on a silicon integrated circuit chip. Computer memories can be of two types based on whether it is inside the computer or it is an external storage device. Primary memory. The main memory on the motherboard is called the primary memory. Secondary memory. Secondary memory is not a memory in conventional terms. It stores the data permanently. The examples are floppy disk, hard disk, CD-ROM, etc. The diagram shows the types of memory with examples. These are the images of RAM and ROM. RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory, which is the main memory inside the computer. It is used to store program, data, and results. It is called random access because this memory is organized in such a way that any part of the memory is easily accessed without serially going through all the previous memory locations. RAM is also called as the read-write memory. One can store the data in RAM and the other can read the data stored inside RAM. The two common RAMs are dynamic RAM and static RAM. Dynamic RAM. A dynamic RAM is cost-wise cheaper than static RAM. This is the main reason for using dynamic RAM as the main memory. Dynamic RAM uses capacitors to store the information. So the problem with the dynamic RAM is once data is stored into it, it can't retain the data for long unless the data is refreshed periodically. Refreshing of a DRAM is done by rewriting the entire content of the memory in a few milliseconds. For this purpose, we need special refresh circuit. Static RAM. In static RAM, the data is retained without the need to refresh. It is faster, larger, and more expensive than dynamic RAM. It doesn't require refreshing circuitry. It generally uses flip-flops to store information. Read-only memory. Read-only memory is a memory that can be read only, but we cannot write information into it. ROM is a non-volatile memory. It doesn't lose its contents when the power supply is cut off. ROM can be classified into following types. Mask ROM. A mask ROM is the basic ROM chip. In this type of chips, the information is fabricated into the chip at the time of manufacturing. It is too costly. PROM. PROM stands for Programmable Read-Only Memory, which is the ROM with a small difference. At the time of manufacturing, this chip is made a blank ROM chip and later using the special PROM programs, the information is stored into them. It uses burning concept, which means the information is stored into ROM. EPROM. EPROM stands for Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. It has an option to erase its contents if the user wants to change the information stored into it. EPROM is easily distinguishable from other chips because of a small window in the middle of the chip. This window is covered with a transparent quartz glass. Through this window, ultraviolet light can be shined on the EPROM to erase its contents. Once the EPROM is erased, it can be reprogrammed or rewritten using the EPROM programmer. EEPROM. It is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. The difference between EEPROM and EPROM is the way in which the content is erased. In EEPROM, the content is erased by using electricity, flash memory. It is a new type of EEPROM that can be erased, reprogrammed using the normal operating voltage found inside the PC. The flash memory has the same limitation of EEPROM. It can be erased and programmed only for a fixed number of times, and it must be erased and programmed in blocks. Motherboard memory capacity. The memory capacity of the motherboard depends on the CPU. If a CPU can address 4 GB of memory, it does not mean that the motherboard using that CPU can address 4 GB on the motherboard. A Pentium-based computer has the capability to address 4 GB of memory. Today, many motherboards come with a capacity to add up to 2 GB on the motherboard. If the motherboard does not have the capacity to install as much memory as we need, then we have two options. They are get a new motherboard, use memory expansion boards that plug into the expansion slots. Some motherboards have the address limitation, that is, they do not access memory beyond a certain limit. It is not possible to install more memory on this motherboard. Hence, we change to a new motherboard for additional memory. Basic input-output system. BIOS is a set of programs stored inside a ROM chip. These programs provide the computer user with a set of standard routines to take care of input-output from different input, output, and storage devices connected to the computer. The first PC BIOS was made by IBM for their PC range of computers. When the user program asks the BIOS to read the keyboard, it is the job of the BIOS to read the keyboard in a proper manner so as the data from the keyboard can be made available to the user program. Whenever the computer requests for some information to the BIOS, it generates an interrupt, and the BIOS will carry out a specific work such as reading the keyboard or displaying something on the screen, etc., according to the interrupt number. These interrupts are called software interrupts. When an interrupt is received, the BIOS will search the interrupt vector table for the address of the program that should provide the required service to the interrupting program. Once the address is found, BIOS starts execution of the interrupt service routine. After finishing the interrupt service routine, the BIOS will return to the old process that has initiated the interrupt routine. Other than the I/O functions, BIOS contains two more modules, Power On Self-Test and Bootstrap Loader. Power On Self-Test. It is a set of diagnostic programs loaded from the BIOS ROM during the system power on time. This program checks the processor, memory, support circuits, and other devices connected to the computer when the computer is first powered on. If this routine finds any error or fault during this post, the error is informed to the user as an error beep or as some error message on the screen. Some non-fatal errors allow the user to continue process, whereas fatal errors will not allow the post to continue until the problem is rectified. Bootstrap Loader. After the post routine, BIOS continues with a program called Bootstrap Loader. Bootstrap Loader loads the OS from the secondary memory into the computer's main memory. Unless the boot process is completed successfully, that is, the OS is copied from the storage device to main memory, user cannot use the computer. A successful transfer of the OS into the RAM or boot process is indicated by displaying the DOS prompt such as A: or C: on the computer monitor. Upgrading BIOS. Some old BIOS do not support 2.88 MB floppy disk, 20 GB HDD, booting from CD-ROM, etc. In this condition, you have two options. Either you can buy a new BIOS or you can modify your existing BIOS. Buying a new one and install it into your computer is an easy approach when compared to modification of the existing BIOS. BIOS modification. If you have proper hardware and software knowledge and EEPROM programming device, you can do the BIOS modification. Copying BIOS. Before making any changes in the existing BIOS, it is always safe to make a backup copy of our old BIOS. This will help us if something goes wrong during the modification. The EEPROM programmers can read from the EEPROM and write to the disk file. This facility can be used to make a disk backup of our BIOS code. We can also copy the disk backup file to an empty EEPROM. Flash BIOS. Flash BIOS is a particular type of EEPROM chip that can be erased and programmed in the system itself. Using a flash BIOS in a system allows the manufacturer to upgrade or modify the existing BIOS code by sending an upgrade on the disk to the user. Then the user can download the content of the floppy to the flash BIOS. Normally, all the flash BIOS based systems have some types of hardware write protection. If not, the virus programs may change or destroy the BIOS code and make the system crash. Well, that's it. Thank you. You can hit the like button, share and subscribe.